Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. We begin with some breaking news. An undocumented immigrant wanted on a first-degree murder charge is no longer here in Pima County. That's what County Attorney Laura Conover claims. She says the federal government took that suspect away in the dead of night. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink is following this story for us and joins us live outside the Pima County Attorney's office downtown. And Eric, I know you just spoke with the Pima County Attorney. What did she have to say?
Yeah, Sean, we heard from the Pima County Attorney just a few moments ago, and she says she's not going to stand for this. She is going to push back against the federal government on this. She says there are victims' rights, there are states' rights here. She says that Julio Aguirre, he is accused of shooting and killing a 69-year-old man back on June 30th. Aguirre was facing first-degree murder and 6 counts of aggravated assault. Well, Conover says her office was getting ready to prosecute Julio Aguirre when she says the federal government took Aguirre away to a detention center in Florence. Now, the Pima County Attorney's Office had no idea about this until a little bit later on. So on July 2nd, 3 days after Aguirre's arrest, Conover's office says it made clear to both the Tucson Police and the U.S. Attorney's Office its intent to prosecute Julio Aguirre for first-degree murder of the victim, 69-year-old Ricky Miller Sr. That same day, according to the Pima County Attorney's Office, federal prosecutors charged Aguirre with 3 different federal charges. And Conover says the next day it was discovered that overnight federal agents took Aguirre from the hospital here in Tucson to that detention center in Florence. Now, the federal government says Aguirre was arrested more than 10 times on immigration-related crimes between 2007 and 2013, and then was deported to Mexico in 2013. Conover says she's very upset, and she is pushing back tonight against the feds. Take a listen to the Pima County Attorney.
I feel so confident. This is not at all what our community would want. I mean, this kind of disruption of justice was never advertised. Was never warned to any of us that this was going to be part of their immigration policy. It has just turned everything on its head, and the community's not going to stand for it.
And in a statement, the victim's son says, quote, "This is un-American. Dad and his neighbors deserve so much better than this. Those neighbors who risked their lives to try to save him, they need their day in court," end quote. Now, we reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office for comment. Hearing back just a short time ago in a statement, a spokesperson saying, quote, "Our office has a significant federal interest in this matter." The press release from the Pima County Attorney mischaracterizes the situation. However, we have no intent to engage in an exchange with the county attorney via the media. And Laura Conover saying that she wants to give those victims their day in court. She says this case will remain open despite her claims of federal interference. But tonight she says she has no idea if or when the state here will get to hear this case. We'll have more on this coming up at 6 and 10 o'clock. We're live here downtown. I'm Eric Fink, News 4, Tucson.